you get I don't know, $25,000 bonus for 10 years.
You're trying to bankrupt the country is what you're doing. That's all you're doing right now.
We print money all the time.
and then Joe Biden.
This encourages people to actually, I'm an awesome president. J0
it's like Kamala showed up to the podcast. All right, everybody, welcome back to Man First Podcast. I am Mixed.
I'm J0.
All right, so for those that are watching, this is going to drop it on Wednesday. It's been about 2 weeks since we put out a video. The last one I think was that series of our debate. Mm-hmm. We've already what's crazy is we created a video after. It's just cut off after the first less than 2 minutes. Like the audio stopped recording, so it's just us. So
I can't imagine what that looked like.
And a lot has changed, bro. Like we have 46 subscribers now. Like that's
thank you.
Yeah, for real.
God, thank you.
Like that's crazy. Like the first week we had 12, and then it kind of slowed down a little bit. Then we put out a specific video. Then we put out a video about the election. And it just blew up, not blew up, but I mean, we're much bigger than we were when we started by like threefold, and we're only about a month into this. Yeah, the 21st would have been a month. So we're at 46 in our first month. So I want to say thank you to everybody subscribing. I hope you click the notification, click that little bell so you know every time we upload a video. Appreciate all the comments. Whether you're on the left side or you're on the right side, whether you're for whoever, it doesn't matter. We're all community, right?
Yeah.
So what we're going to talk about now, and just for anybody who did happen to watch the debate back and forth, we're fine.
We're good.
we didn't stop making videos because of that. We are that whole, it was just a conversation, it was a debate. And we hope to have a whole lot more open discussions and with guests and such and so forth.
That's one of the things I would really like to do, actually get to a point where you upgrade the equipment, have an extra mic or something like that.
Yeah.
So
and even if we need to do it on Zoom, I mean, if anybody out there is interested, hit us up. You can go to
our email.
Our email is zerogridstudios@gmail.com. Yeah. Sorry. Mine just, we have like so many ideas out there. I just couldn't figure out which one it was. So yeah, zerogridstudios@gmail.com, or leave a comment down below. Let us know if you want to jump on the panel. We can do a Zoom. I don't think Zoom's a thing anymore, but what's the new one?
I don't know.
What's the new thing?
FaceTime.
It's something. We'll figure it out. Anyway, let's get back into this podcast, this episode right here. And we're going to talk about, hold on. Tomorrow, by the time tomorrow's going to be Thanksgiving, which means there's going to be a lot of arguing.
It's like a lot of family, the family talk. I guess everybody's going to look at each other like, who'd you vote for?
Yeah, I know who he voted for.
Well,
just eating. It's your fault.
I do have some family members that actually did wanted to vote for the other side, and
Kamala.
She. It's really bad. It's bad. It's like I have my sister. I think she was for Trump, and I'm surprised that she was for Trump because I don't know. You just look at my sister and like, really, really.
Might be a bandwagon situation going on there, but I don't know.
I
haven't talked to her, but I haven't talked to her. I don't know.
I think it has something to do with the whole, the recreational use of
legalization.
Of course, Kamala has a history of
locking folks
up extremely just for the fact that they
right.
And I'm like, I think it was just because of that.
Hey, I don't know. Well, I mean, it's going to be interesting. a lot of dinner tables are going to be having some either quiet sit downs while they're eating their food, and a lot of chewing going to be happening, or there's going to be some murder happening. There's going to be some fights.
Murder.
There's going to be some fighting. I hope, you know, in all, you know, it's all jokes, but I mean, we do wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
If you do celebrate it. My wife does not, my wife's not from here. She's from Peru. So when I first brought up Thanksgiving, she had no idea what it was.
What was that?
Yeah, what? Thanksgiving. What? What is that? Oh, we all get together. We eat turkey and ham and all this different food, and people bring food from their house, and we all congregate somewhere. And she's like, "Why don't we just like that? That's what we do all the time. Like we do that all the time. You know what? So why don't y'all just do that more often?" No, we reserve one day a year out of the year to do things like that. She's like, but why? Like, y'all live in the same city, just hang out more. Let me tell you something, woman. Don't you come to my country. No, I would never say that.
Don't you come to my country.
Don't you come to my country.
You know that was a platform.
This was established well before you, ma'am.
Oh shit.
No, it's you know, hopefully everybody has something to be thankful for. You know, we would always gather around every year, and I remember going to your house on Thanksgiving years ago. And I mean, your mom cooks. Your mom, yeah. Your mom cooks just because it's Wednesday. You know what I mean? Like I remember once every like 2 or 3 times a month, y'all threw a party for something.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh, it's the full moon or something. It's
oh, you know, they did a dance thing.
You know, you know, the Grammys or something. You know, it's hey, you know, Bob Marley's birthday. I don't know, like it's, you know, who cares? You know, just
there were times I didn't even know what the party was for, but
yeah,
I think we really veered off from that now. It was like everybody goes their own way. Mom wants to have that family thing again, but I told Mom, I was like, yeah, this new era is like it totally people think that that's just a waste of time now, just hanging out with family. You know?
Yeah. I mean, we're all so isolated now and doing our own things. It's unfortunate, but let's go ahead and now that we've said our Thanksgiving piece, being that this is Wednesday by the time this comes out, so it means tomorrow is going to be Thanksgiving. But let's get into this video or this episode. This episode, we're going to be talking about this new wave of I want to ask something real quick.
What's up? I know it's probably a hot spot. If you were president, you know, and you know,
I was president.
If you were president, okay, just think of yourself as president. I'll think of myself as president. Oh my god, it's just when it comes down to relationships, what are one thing as president would you do to improve, you know, relationships with, you know, men and women? What would you do to improve
as a president?
As a president, let's just say, you know, you're president and you want the birth rate to go up or something. You want it to be about family a little bit more.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
I said, you got this whole division thing happening now. I'm pretty sure I'm not.
And
alone.
I have carte blanche. I can do whatever I want.
Let's just say you're president and like, you know what, our country.
Can I be a dictator on day one?
Oh my God.
I'd be the only guy that would ever do that. I'd be the only guy to ever do it. I'd be the only guy.
It's gonna be something like
you've never seen before. On day one. Excuse me. You ready? No, I mean, if I had the ability to do anything in order to bring families back together, or to raise the birth rate up, I would, and this is very extreme. So put your seatbelt on.
It's like I said, this is your campaign. This is your campaign trail. What is your
I would
family or improve men and women relationships, you know, get us together again.
Are you ready?
All right, go ahead.
Are you ready?
Go ahead. I'm ready for it.
Are you ready?
It's going to be
Are you ready?
The most awesome thing you have never seen before.
I would bring prayer back to school. I said it. I'd bring God back into the schools.
How does that have anything to do with relationships?
How does God have anything to do with relationships?
Ooh, I'm sorry. I'm just not like fully the religious type. And I would say, you know, that's something that's kind of also diminishing in a sort of way too.
Right. And you see where things are going.
Okay.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I would bring the Bible back to school. I would bring God back in. I put God back into schools. And I think it would just.
But what about people who have their own religions and stuff like that, or people who actually don't believe, or
that's fine,
But you're gonna you're gonna force.
No, I wouldn't force anybody. I just put it back in school. Like, because remember when we were kids, we had to do a Pledge of Allegiance, right?
Okay, but is that a prayer?
No, I'm not comparing. I'm just saying we had the Pledge of Allegiance, right? And then, but we used to have, but that's not a thing anymore. Pledge of Allegiance, I don't think is a thing anymore. Like, they don't do that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, the hand over the heart, stand up in the morning at class and say, "I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States."
I did not know this.
I don't think they do it anymore. It's not mandatory. It's not even a thing anymore. I don't think. But that got taken out, right? Years before, every morning they would pray in school. You know what I mean? And that got taken out because separation of church and state, and school falls under state, right? So look from there to here. Maybe that's one of the reasons. It's a huge reason why I think. I mean, if you're asking me, I would say people who move away from the belief in the afterlife and the belief in God and spirit and the soul and the purpose of man and all this stuff like that, if that was brought back in an understanding of what God is, I think that would put us more in an understanding of where we stand in life itself. So we would realize we need each other more than we don't need each other. So that's where I'm coming from. That's why I think prayer and understanding of God would be would be better to get more families than what we're doing now.
Okay.
I think the further away from God we get, the more we're going in the direction we're going.
I'm going to be a more awesome president. Okay. I'm going to say the reason why.
I locked them hoes up so fast. Get out there and make some babies.
Yeah. Remember, it kind of goes back to, this is my campaign. Okay. Yep. This is how I would. It's going to be the most greatest campaign ever. Right. J0 for president. All right.
2028.
All right. So this is what I would do. Okay.
Right.
And remember, it kind of goes back to our debate, which I won, the whole marriage to benefit thing. Okay. I did win.
Okay.
You won the last one. It's 1-1 now. Okay. I can admit that. I was wrong the last debate.
All right.
Okay. So here's mine. Watch out, everybody. You're going to love this. Okay. You're going to love it. It's going to be the greatest thing you've ever seen before. Okay. Right. I would give everybody a car. I would give, if you and a woman get together, you get a free car.
Go on.
Okay. Now,
I'm invested.
Just imagine how many people would be getting in there, Okay. Here's another thing. How do you feel about men, marriage, but separate households?
As BS.
You think it's BS?
Yes.
I mean, this is the thing where
if it's like because you're working here and she's working there and it's a temporary, like a year-long thing, that's different. But if you're intentionally married, but you're intentionally living here and she's intentionally living there and you could live together, but you choose to live separate, I think you might as well just not even be together.
What? But, it kind of improves the relationship because I think most marriages, there's that time where you just want to be away from each other. You start missing each other more. So, you invite each other to each other's houses or whatever, and
you invite your wife to your house.
Yeah. Like, yo, this is my house.
Are you hearing the
words? Your house. I will come over when you want to see me.
Hey, what you doing? None? Yeah, me either. You want to come over and hang out? Okay. Love you. Love you too, wife. Love you too, husband. Or, you know what? I can't make it tonight. Maybe next week. All right, cool. Whatever.
I'm telling you, because if you think about it, okay, so, in the dating phase, she wants you more, but in the marriage phase, it seems like it kind of diminishes over time because of just being together so much, I guess you would say, I don't know. But just think of it, I'm
trying to understand why a car would work.
Get a free car.
Yeah.
You get a free car. You get a free Tesla. Goddamn it.
But you know how many?
You get a free Tesla. Damn it.
Well, hold on. We were in the military, right? And I know people who got married for the BAH, basic allowance for housing for anyone who wasn't in the military, but BAH, right? I know people who got married for BAH. it lasted maybe a year, maybe 2 years. They weren't really married. They just got married for the extra money, right? It was a contractual thing until they got orders in one place.
Financial gain.
Yeah, but is that what we're trying to create here? Is that because I think that's all
we're creating a benefit to being together,
not being together for getting married. So basically, the marriage.
But I wasn't done. You know,
sorry,
I wasn't done. It doesn't stop there. Just imagine.
Yeah.
Just imagine you get an extra house after like being together for more than 4 years or something, or creating. Let's say you have kids together, you actually get a free house.
You know how much fraud would come?
How's that
from
fraud?
this?
What's fraud?
Getting married. You're just getting married to receive things.
That cures a lot of problems.
It's not marriage.
Think of the divorce rate dropping. Think of the birth rate increasing.
But it's empty though. It's like the purpose of marriage.
No. It's not empty because it makes men pursue women more. It makes you get them out there and like, yo, I want to start a family. Hey.
Not really. All you're doing is providing men a leverage. No, you're providing men leverage to get women to agree to marry them. And they're not marrying, she's not marrying him. She's marrying what she can get from marrying him.
That's already happening.
And that's not a good thing.
How's that not a good thing? I mean, that's pretty much the purpose of, you know, we're actually receiving something together. It's not getting something from him. I'm saying there's gotta be a benefit with it.
Okay, do you think
increases the birth rate back up again? You'll see the charts and probably go skyrocket.
Do you think anybody would abuse that policy? Do you think people would get married just to get the stuff? They don't care about each other. They're just getting the stuff.
It makes them care. It makes them
they go out
like, you know, hey, you know.
So you think nobody would abuse that policy?
That's only if, like I said, only if you truly, genuinely are going to marry someone.
When did that contribute to the reason why you said there's no reason for a man to get married? I mean, because you said
there is no benefit for a man to get married.
Yeah, but
other than financial gain.
That's what I'm saying. But you said, so the woman gains something financially by marrying a guy in this policy scenario, right? She gains a car and she gains a house.
They both do.
Well, yeah, but that's only if they're married though. So it's an object. It's a thing, right? They get a thing if they get married. So now marriage is now equal to receiving gifts. Like that's equivalent, but
there's actually a benefit now.
But doesn't that kind of go against the whole idea of getting married? Like the actual purpose of getting married and family and all that stuff?
I'm still not following what you're getting at. Are you talking about the morals and the emotional part?
No, I mean like the marriage. It's not
it's something sacred, right? Is that what you're saying?
Somebody could say that, but that's not where I was going to go. But like the whole purpose of marriage and family and legacy, like it's more than the house you live in, right? It's more than the car you drive. It's, you know, you're building something with another person, not a thing.
You're building a house. And you're building me a car.
You're not building a house. You're moving in. Like
well, actually, they have to build it before you move in, of course.
Well, yeah, but you're not building. You're just being handed it because you signed on a piece of paper, a little contract, right? You didn't work for it. You didn't do anything. You just said, "Hey, Susan."
But getting with a woman is work, though.
Not in this instance. You just have to. Hey, let's go get this house. Sign on here. We're married now. Give me a house. Give me a car. Now it has no like all that stuff.
You have to wait you have to be together 4 or 5 years in order to get the house, though.
Oh, say not. So
I did say that. I said that. I said after 4 or 5 years. I did. Yeah, I did. I said after 4 years. Like I said, it cures the divorce rate because you're together a little bit longer than the usual.
Okay, so after they get the house and the cars, then they get a divorce.
Imagine if you actually add something else after that. Like, hey, you get I don't know, $25,000 bonus for 10 years.
You're trying to bankrupt the country is what you're doing. That's all you're doing right now.
We print money all the time.
and then Joe Biden.
This encourages people to actually, I'm an awesome president.
It's like Kamala showed up to the podcast. It's like Biden
hey,
and Kamala
if you're
just
over
merged.
here, then over there will be better over here.
Okay, it's the people. Okay, and you get married, right? And married people are married together because they got married.
It's so much fun. Hey, they'll probably put me on the podium. I don't see what the problem is.
I don't see what the big deal is.
I mean, come on.
I made myself very clear.
I increased the birth rate. I increased people. I reduced divorce.
I don't know.
I cured a lot of problems all in that one.
Like, I don't know. Because I mean, think of it like this. So you give them a car, right? Do they have to make a certain amount of money to qualify for a car? Like, what if they make what if the two people together make $230,000 a year? Do they still qualify for a brand new car?
Yeah.
Even though they can afford a brand new car?
They don't have to pay for the car.
No, I'm just saying, even though they can get a car.
That's more money.
So
they have more money to put towards.
The people just get handed a fully paid off car.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
I mean, they still got to pay the insurance and all that kind of stuff. But,
okay.
But I mean, just think of it like, it reduces a lot of problems that most families face today in a sort of way because you got.
No, you're thinking of the lower income people. You're thinking of lower income people.
I'm talking about low income people. I mean, hey. I think this is humanity we're talking about here, We have stopped making.
I think you're causing more problems.
I don't see how.
Economically, you're causing more problems.
How?
Well, how many people get married per year?
I say you get a free Tesla. How's that an economy problem?
Well, I mean, because somebody has to pay for the car, and that money comes from the taxpayers. Ain't nobody just gonna hand them over a car.
Print money.
Elon Musk ain't.
I just said we print money almost every day.
They ain't gonna print the money. They're gonna take it from the taxpayers.
Oh man, they print money.
They print money
and put it overseas almost.
Right. But they're not gonna. They wouldn't print money for that. Like they would, because those are actual products, right? So they have to be purchased. The people who made it have to get paid, right? So that money has to come from somewhere. So if they do,
and we will inject money into the economy by printing. Or matter of fact, hey, maybe we'll just give the government a Bitcoin. Hey.
No.
Look at Bitcoin. Have you seen what Bitcoin is at right now?
I heard it's pretty high.
I mean, Bitcoin solves this problem.
Well,
that's what us Bitcoiners usually say.
So what happens is, let's say 1 million people get married, and let's just say 1 million people get married, right? Now, hold on. I don't know how many people get married per year, but with what you're saying, let's say the average per year was like 1 million people. I don't know what the number is. Let's just say 1 million. With these incentives, do you think the number is going to grow or get smaller?
It's going to grow, yeah.
It's going to grow, right? Maybe by 4 times, 5 times, because people are getting
definitely
more
see the birth rate just go.
Right. So you're talking 5-6 million vehicles, totally free. A Tesla goes for roughly $40,000. So 40,000 times 8 million is $320 million that the taxpayers are going to have to cover.
Bitcoin solves this. I'm telling you, Bitcoin will solve this.
Well, with the government's involved,
shout out to Doge, Department of Government Efficiency. Hopefully, they work out something that
no. So
it's going to be great. It's going to be okay. Everything's going to be fine.
That's $360 million the taxpayers are going to have to pick up, and then a house. You said a house. That ain't $40,000.
Hey, we'll have a house in the clouds.
A house in California, 2,000 square footer, 1 story, 3 bedrooms, maybe half a backyard, run you probably about $600,000. That's one house. 8 million people. That's over $1 billion. That's just your first year. And then this keeps going on, bro, you're going to bankrupt the whole economy with that.
Bitcoin solves this problem. No. Bitcoin can solve this problem. I'm not financial advice. I'm not telling everybody, hey, you need to have Bitcoin in your wallet or whatever. But I'm just saying, hey,
I would just say, anytime you,
I know we spend so much time on this.
This might as well just be the episode. We were going to talk about the 4B movement.
I'm sorry, it just hit my mind, and I was like, you know what? you're president for a day. What would you do to improve men and women's lives?
Yeah,
together, of course.
Right.
But I see what you're saying. I'm just maybe I'm too far extreme. I don't know. I don't know if that's extremely middle. What would you say? Extreme? That's definitely not Republican conservative.
No.
You said I was come on.
No.
That goes to me way left.
Yeah, that's radical left.
Okay.
that's take care of me, government.
You're definitely Republican. I'm definitely
conservative. Yeah, my view is definitely conservative.
You don't have to spend prayer back in school.
Bring prayer back in school. It's free. It don't cost you shit.
Bitcoin solves my problem. Okay.
Well, we were going to talk about 4B movement. I guess we can get into that.
Well, how much time we got left?
Not a lot.
Okay, we can just at least bring it up, man.
All right. So apparently, after Donald Trump got elected, a lot of women felt like women turned their back on them. And you've heard it on The View. You've seen Sunny Hostin saying things about white women, 52% of white women, and all this stuff. And you've heard other people talk all this stuff, and now Trump's got his cabinet picks and people are going crazy. There are women out there now, if anybody who hasn't heard of it, I don't know if anybody hasn't heard of it yet, there's a movement called the 4B movement. I think it originated in Korea or China.
Oh, yeah, I think, yeah.
And it moved over to the West, and now American women are starting to do it. They're shaving their heads. We have a video we want to we have a video we want to go on here. So let me set this up real quick. Oh, excuse me. Zoom in a little bit, and I think I can maximize this. All right, let's take a look.
I find it funny that most of these women, I'm gonna just say, like, these are practically women most men don't want.
I mean, yeah. Well, let's see. Doing my part as an American woman by breaking up with my Republican boyfriend last night and officially joining the 4B movement this morning.
Cat lady.
Ladies, I'm not saying this to be facetious, but I don't care if you're a rose girl, a wand girl, or a monster alien tentacle girl. Stock up now for your moments of weakness, because I promise you ain't no alive worth getting stuck with a man. None.
You think that's her natural hair color?
Indefinitely.
Yes. Nope. See a lot of women crying for the 4B movement and protest. Just remember that that means you two partnered and married girlies. Okay. I already don't want kids, so 4B movement, here we come. Damn, just turn on the news and seen that man who never got school and making laws about what women could do. I gotta protect you. Well, ain't that something?
None of them shave their heads, though.
Yeah. Isn't there another video we wanted to watch on here? So long ago. Oh.
What?
I don't know if I want to show this.
Yo, that is creepy, man.
Yo, check out this lady real quick. So this lady's holding a little biracial baby. The only issue is that baby ain't real.
Yo,
it's not
that
real.
Is scary, man. I thought it was real for a minute.
Yeah, me too. I had to check because it's like, look at her though.
Oh my
She's
God.
just rocking left and right, back and forth, staring into the camera, making sure she's in frame, holding it like an actual child, walking it.
What am I watching?
What is happening? What is she? Did she kiss it? Patting its hand, patting its tummy.
Squishy tummy. Oh yeah, forgot to tell you. He's got squishy tummy.
Bro,
what is going on with her?
It's my happy boy. He's already spoken
she needs help, man.
So I'm sorry he's not available. I do sell blankets.
Okay, I'm not letting her
no
push her product over here. Yeah, so there's that. So essentially, these women have lost it. You remember that female when Trump was getting inaugurated in 2016, and she was in the jacket and she was doing this, and then it goes, "You are now the president of the United States." She goes, "No." She was like, "You didn't see that?"
No.
Oh man, that was like the most popular meme at the time. Well, this is like the new version of that. It's like the 4B, they have to be heard. You know what I mean? They didn't get what they wanted. They believe he's after women's rights when really all he did was just make abortion a states' right thing. He didn't really do it. The Supreme Court did it, but it was his pick. So blah, 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 blah. And
what is the 4Bs?
I don't know what 4B means. Let me see if I can pull that up and see what is 4B.
All I know is that
Chad should know.
Way I see it is they're already solving the whole. I don't see the point of it because men in general are already not doing what they're, I guess, protesting for. You know, we are already not having, intimate encounters with women. We're not basically, or like we just talked about, the reproduction rate is already lower. So, I mean, problem solved there.
Right.
Right. Especially with that type of mental illness thing going, what guy is saying, I definitely want to pursue these type of women. Like, no.
So check this out. Chad Gupta, I typed in what does 4B and 4B movement mean?
Four nose movement.
Yeah, so it's basically the four nose movement. It's pronounced Gaji Biyundong, I think. The 4B stands for four principles of refusal of abstention aimed at rejecting patriarchal expectations. And they are no dating, no sex, no marriage, no childbirth. What's interesting, and I think they haven't really thought about this, these are all leftist women not procreating. People on the right are fine with this.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think they took that into account. Like, there's nobody on the right that cares that they're not having sex. And we actually saw a video on Twitter. This young female was saying, so you mean to tell me this whole time the abortion debate was making y'all so upset because you want to have sexual freedoms and you want to have your sexual liberties and you want to do whatever you want sexually and blah, blah, blah. But now you're not getting what you want. So now you're withholding your sexual liberties and you're taking your own sexual liberties away. And now you're not having children and you're not. Why wouldn't you just do that in the first place? We wouldn't have this issue.
Like I said, the whole thing is fixed then. I mean, I would say what they are asking for, they're fixing it themselves.
They're not helping their case. You know what I mean? Like, they're not doing any. Like, I had an argument with an old friend of mine on Facebook a couple of years ago, and I was like, look, when Roe v. Wade was taken away, she made some comment on Facebook, and I responded, and it kind of turned to a back and forth. I was like, look, all this is that women, you're the only ones that can get pregnant. It's your responsibility. You don't have the out anymore to just willy-nilly go get an abortion. I'm not taking away the fact that an abortion is one of the most, depending on who you are as an individual, but it's one of the most toughest decisions a woman has to make. I'm not talking about emergencies. I'm not talking about some medical thing is happening, and if you don't get an abortion, you're going to have your life is on the line. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the 98% of abortions where people are just choosing to do it for XYZ reasons, right? Bad boyfriend, bad baby daddy, whatever the case is.
It's like,
if you just don't sleep around and you just wait until you're married or you're with somebody who you've been with for a while and who can actually provide and has shown that they want to be a parent, if you can just do that, you won't have to worry about Roe v. Wade. It'll never come into your life. And then she got mad at me. She's like, oh, you don't understand human sexuality and stuff. I'm like, I understand people make choices. Like, it's not like either you eat a sandwich or you eat a hamburger or you eat a hot dog or you eat a pizza. Like, just, you have to make a choice. Like, don't tell me that, oh, it's not that simple. Yes, it is. Either you sleep with somebody or you don't. No, obviously, we're not talking about the other 3% of people who are forcing themselves on you. But for the other 97%, that's not the case. So, I mean, this whole 4B thing is just self-defeating in my opinion. We're fine. Like, people on the right, I consider myself to be a little on the right. I'm not a far right winger, extremist, blah, 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 whatever they call them nowadays, QAnon or whatever. I don't even know what that is, but I'm fine with that. Like, if you don't want to sleep around, you don't want to have babies, good. Like, the less babies y'all have, the better.
I usually say, my Uncle Ben usually tell me, with great power comes great responsibility. Shout out to Spider-Man. By the way,
I like Ben.
You don't have
I've never
Uncle
met
Ben.
no Uncle Ben.
Well, shout out to my Uncle Ben. But we both agree that women have the how you say
responsibility.
No, I would say when it comes down to the dating sexual market, women have full control over that market, right? They are the ones who dominate that section of the market, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you agree with me with that?
Yeah.
Okay, so then if you have total control over that market, because men, we don't really have a say. You have to be with me,
Mm-hmm.
Or you need to come date me right now because
Right.
we face repercussions. And that's another
For the
thing.
most part, yeah.
Yeah, we face.
Yeah.
There are laws in place that say that women are the weaker sex and we are the stronger sex. But by definition, we actually have that. We do have. How you say understanding, or I guess you would say kind of like that empathy in a sort of way that, like, look, we understand where you are in this world. We understand that we are the providers, we are the stronger ones, and you are technically weaker than us, but we care about you.
Yeah.
We want to protect you. And I think I got in a conversation with my mom today. I was like, yo, my mom, when it comes down to this world reality, men are the protectors. So if we don't want to see you go with women on the front lines, that's us protecting you. It's not saying we don't want you there, period. It's just that we understand we are the protectors. We are willing to go die for you,
right?
Because that's what we believe. I would say most men believe. But anyways, let me get to what I'm actually trying to say. I'm going to land a plane. But what I'm trying to say is that since they have full control over that market, then I don't really see what the problem is, because, it really comes down to choice, and you have the power and responsibility to say what you do and what you don't want.
Well, I would say that they're not upset. They know they have almost total control in that realm, right? In terms of sex and all that stuff. They have the ultimate say most of the time, 98% of the time, right? That's not what they're arguing. They're arguing the repercussions of those choices. So if a woman chooses to sleep with somebody, she's a woman, she's a grown adult, she can make a grown adult decision, right? But what comes from that is pregnancy. Women don't want to face that. So I'm not arguing for it. I'm just saying this.
Yeah, I'm understanding.
It's like women want to be able to have as much sex as they want, as frequently as they want, with whoever they want. But when the consequences are pregnancy, they don't want to deal with that. They want to be able to say, no consequence for me. No baby for me.
Wow.
I don't make enough money. Well, wait a minute. Did you make enough money while you're having sex? Did you have a good life before? Because I'm pretty sure that the only way to bring a child into this world is by way of sex.
Yeah, men and women.
So unless school failed you or you weren't there that day in biology class, there's no excuse. To me, there's just no excuse. Like, the only way you're going to get pregnant is if you have sex.
So basically the 4B movement is just having all the benefits with no consequences.
They think no, because that would be the old way of how it was. Like, the no consequence would be like they can have all the sex they want, they can have all the pregnancies they want, but they have the right to terminate the pregnancy. So
I'm pretty sure that's what they're arguing for.
No, they're arguing for no sex, no births, no pregnancies, nothing, no dating, anything. They're just taking it all off the table. Before, they wanted everything on the table, but they didn't want what came after.
I'm still trying to figure out, how does that affect us men?
It doesn't. That's what they're not understanding.
Like 90% of men already don't get that.
They don't get, like, they either do and they're just naive and acting like they don't, or they just don't get it.
This is another thing too. I think, I guess we're almost at that time, but
Yeah,
this is one thing I want to point out. This actually goes without saying about a woman's sexuality. It's like, this is their dominant, this is their dominant, the dominant thing that makes them attractive. And they can't argue anymore with us about saying, hey, I'm not just a object. I'm just not a, I'm more than just my beauty, or
Right.
I'm more than just my, just having sex with and stuff like that. They are definitely now showing they are saying that to themselves. You know, they cannot say that men are putting that or projecting that on them. They are already just they're like, yo, bro, that doesn't make sense, man.
It's like, we're not a sexual object. Okay, cool. We're taking sex off the table. Like, but you said that you weren't like, don't you offer more than that? But you said that we shouldn't. Wait, hold on.
It's their number one agent, bro.
I think they believe that all men want from women is sex, right? So,
we want companionship. I mean, there's a lot of factors that I think that we don't just look at them for just sex. And I think any man, 90% of men, definitely just want one woman that they can call their own.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. Again, we kind of talked about it on the wrap, not on the episode where we talked about the election. There are women that were saying if your man is forcing you to vote for Trump, leave him or divorce him or whatever. Now, just imagine if men said the same thing about women. Like, hey, bro, if she's making you vote for Kamala, divorce her. Like, would anybody support that? They'd be like, I'll vote for who the hell I want to vote for. I don't care if she's voted for. Like, you know, and this whole, either women are strong or they're weak. Which one is it? You know what I mean? Like, what is it? Are women strong or are women weak? Like, if women are strong by nature, which I've heard a million times, especially the last 10 years, then whatever their husband says shouldn't affect them at all.
Right.
And that conversation should have been had before they got married. Like, politics is more destructive than cheating these days. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's crazy. Like that's what it feels like. It seems like, you know, who you're voting for is more important. Like, we're just talking about Thanksgiving and everything, right? Like these dinners are going to be interesting. There might be some like record 911 calls on Thursday. You know what I mean? So it's just,
she's chasing me with the
she got the rolling pan on me.
She's chasing me with the baser.
Yo. She tried to stab me with the baster.
Yo.
All right, we're at the 40-minute mark. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. Sorry that most of the conversation was hijacked by old Jay Zero over here.
Hey, we've still president right here. Economical problems coming soon.
Yeah.
Hey, I am not a crook, okay?
Yeah. He used to be the CEO of Toys R Us as well. See how well that went. No, okay. So appreciate everybody again, and if you want to subscribe or make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. Make sure you hit the bell so that you know every time we upload a video, so you get all the notifications. Follow us on Facebook, X, Instagram, and I said X, and we also have Rumble, but I don't understand Rumble all that well. So anyway, thank you for everybody for listening to us. I am Mixed.
I'm Jay Zero.
See you next time.
Later.